Hey YouTube, Coco Time here with another entitled parent story. Today we have a story about an entitled parent that does not want their kid to be taught by a colored person. Please be aware that the next story might offend colored people. Racist entitled parents chucks their coffee at me cause I'm black and teaching their child. I would like to preface this by apologizing by any formatting errors. This was typed on my mobile. So I'm a paraprofessional working in New York. This is a job where I work with students with special needs. Unfortunately, I don't ever actually work with kids who have special needs that I can assist. Usually I'm paired with students who, thanks to their parents, constantly need to be watched, or the students are not fit for that environment. I had to work with a student who had ADHD, his parents rarely disciplined him and encouraged his horrible behavior. When something didn't go his way, he becomes violent, always attacking his classmates with whatever was close to him. He was so spiteful that he, despite the warning to not run into the street during a class trip, bit a teacher's hand and ran out anyway, later telling his parents the teacher shoved him. He was also extremely stubborn, which makes it impossible to teach him anything. This story takes place about 2 years ago, during a parent-teacher conference. The parents of my students specified that they would meet with the teacher at 5:30, and it was 6:07, so the teacher had to move the set of parents. I was needed in another room to assist the parent-teacher coordinator sort some books out for my class. Anyway, here's the cast. Special education teacher, SET, regular education teacher, RET, the entitled parent, EP, other dad, OP, paraprofessional, me, and here the story goes. Busting into the classroom mid-conference, the entitled parent of the story is yelling at the teachers for skipping them. The special education teacher excuses herself and the following exchange ensues. Special education teacher: entitled parent, sorry about the mix-up. This conference is about to end. Would you mind just waiting outside for a minute? Entitled parent, completely out of the blue: you're only treating us like this because you hate gays. He is gay, by the way. The teachers are stunned. The special education teacher tried to explain that they have to go through the list, but she is just shoved out of the way so he can yell at the regular education teacher. Entitled parent, pointing at the regular education teacher: how dare you skip us, you effing homophobe. What the F? RET interrupting the parent: now that you're here, we can start. The parent pouts and sits down. His husband nervously follows. This is when I walk in. I walk through the doorway. Entitled parent, angrily accusatory: who are you? Me? I'm Mr. Me, entitled kid's para. How are you doing? I just came back because I heard a noise. Entitled parent, looking at the teachers: why does dad have to work with my angel? I don't want to believe he's referring to me as dad because my skin color, but I wouldn't be surprised. The neighborhood I work in is filled with arrogant entitled parents, and I've dealt with prejudice in that neighborhood before. Anyway, I get a good understanding of at least one of the parents' personality. The conversation continues. Me: if you don't want me here, I can just go back to the other room. Entitled parent: do your ears not work? Help! You're the reason why my angel is the way he is. The help in this context is referring to the black servants that served under the whites way back then. So the dude is not only a racist, but a blatant racist. There's an awkward silence as I take my seat, but I didn't even get to take my seat before the parent exploded. You! Why are you failing my son? Me? I'm not. I can't. I don't have the authority to do so. His classwork though is concerning. What the hell do you mean by that? Well, your son isn't exactly agreeable. He refuses to listen to any of us, regardless of the instructions. As you know, he spat in the occupational therapist's face just yesterday, telling him he can't hit another student. He gave another student a nosebleed for giving him back a pencil that fell from his desk. And that's their fault. He can do whatever he wants. Why are you stopping him? What's wrong with you? He's looking at me. This is a school. We promote an environment of learning and exploration, but within the regulations of the DOE. Above all, the classroom has to be a safe environment, and with all the times he's removed from the class, he doesn't spend nearly enough time learning. The F is this supposed to mean? Confused as to how this parent doesn't seem to understand what we're talking about. We have to remove your son from the room because of his violent outburst. Those violent outbursts are cause of that darkie you're sitting next to. There it is. I don't appreciate you referring to my para as that. I don't care. My child shouldn't be exposed to his people. There are already 2 in this class. Now there's 3. Disgusting. Are we really going to do this now? Entitled Kid is learning this from you. Of course we are. This thing is teaching our son. Why can't we have a white person and not that thing? Having enough of his racist BS, I just leave. You know what, entitled parent and other parents? Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm clearly not wanted here. I'm going to go back to the other classroom. I begin to walk off, and once my back is turned, he chucks his iced coffee at my back. Unfortunately, he has a great aim and it gets me right in the center of my back. I pause, then keep walking. He then gets up and puts his hand on my shoulder and attempts to swing me around. He fails, so he put both of his hands on me, but I just shrug him off. He then just turns around and starts yelling at the teachers. Unfortunately, I had to go work with him for the rest of the year, but the parents weren't allowed back on the premises. So that was the story for today. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this story. Have you ever encountered this in your school? I would love to hear that from you all. In this channel, you can expect more of these entitled parent stories, so subscribe to stay up to date on the latest videos. Until next time, and I will see you in the next video.